Ever heard the saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away? Well, what if we told you that some fruits might actually be doing the opposite, especially as you age? Believe it or not, a few fruits that are often praised for being healthy can actually speed up aging, mess with your brain, and spike your blood sugar levels even worse than a soda. Yep, a can of soda. According to recent research published in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition, older adults, especially those 65 and up who regularly eat certain sugary fruits, have a 57% higher risk of developing metabolic syndrome. That's a serious condition that opens the door to things like heart failure, diabetes, and stroke. Here's the kicker. These aren't exotic, hard-to-find fruits. They're the ones that are usually promoted for gut health or natural sweetness. But your body changes as you age. Your metabolism slows down, your cells become more sensitive, and suddenly your system can't process sugar like it used to. That means making the wrong fruit choices can quietly do some real damage. But don't worry, it's not all bad news. Nature has your back. While some fruits are better left off your plate, others are like a health reset button. The right fruits can lower your blood pressure, boost heart health, and even revitalize your brain, making you feel sharper and younger than you have in years. In today's video, we're breaking down 4 fruits that every senior should be eating daily, and 4 that might be quietly working against you. And trust us, you won't want to miss the last fruit on the danger list. It's a fan favorite, super refreshing, and could be secretly draining your energy and shortening your life. Before we jump in, leave a comment below and let us know where you're tuning in from. We love seeing our amazing community from around the country. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss videos that help you stay healthy, sharp, and thriving. All right, let's kick things off. 4. Avocados. Yes, they're fruit, and yes, they're amazing for you. Forget the old school advice that told you to stay away from fats. Avocados are packed with the right kind of fat, monounsaturated fats, especially oleic acid. That's the good stuff that helps lower your bad LDL cholesterol and raise your good HDL cholesterol. For seniors, that's a game changer. Better cholesterol means a lower risk of heart attacks and strokes. Huge win. But that's just the beginning. Most people don't know that avocados are also potassium powerhouses, nearly 1,000 milligrams per avocado, which is even more than bananas. And potassium is key for managing blood pressure. That's critical since nearly 1 in 4 seniors struggles with high blood pressure. Avocados help balance out sodium levels and relax your blood vessels, which can naturally bring your pressure down. No extra meds needed. And if you're worried about your vision as you get older, avocados have your back there too. They're rich in lutein, an antioxidant that protects your eyes and can slow down age-related macular degeneration. That's one of the leading causes of vision loss in seniors. Long story short, avocados aren't just trendy. They're a super smart choice for your heart, your blood pressure, and your eyes. All right, let's talk about one of the most underrated superpowers of avocados. And no, it's not just their creamy texture or trendiness on toast. Did you know avocados actually help your body absorb more nutrients from other foods? It's wild, but true. A bunch of important vitamins like D, E, and K are what scientists call fat soluble. That means without fat, your body has a hard time soaking them up. But toss half an avocado into your salad or with your steamed veggies, and boom, you could be absorbing up to 15 times more nutrients from those greens. Think about it, instead of popping 5 different supplements, you can just enjoy your meals more and get more out of them. That's the kind of food hack we love around here. And the best part? You don't need a whole avocado a day to reap the rewards. Just half an avocado daily can work wonders. Spread it on whole grain toast, throw it in a smoothie, or scoop it out with a spoon and a squeeze of lemon, however you enjoy it. This is one fruit that's doing way more than just tasting good. It's truly a game changer for senior health. Now, moving along, coming in at 3, the classic apple. Crisp, juicy, and super convenient. Apples might just be the ultimate grab and go snack, but they're not just tasty. They're incredibly powerful for your health. Here's the deal. Apples are packed with fiber, especially a type called pectin. Pectin is like a best friend for your gut. It feeds the good bacteria in your digestive system, which helps everything else run more smoothly. When your gut is healthy, your digestion improves, your immune system gets stronger, and your body absorbs nutrients more efficiently. And let's face it, those things matter even more as we get older. But apples don't stop at your stomach. They're also heart heroes. That same pectin helps sweep out LDL cholesterol, the bad kind from your system. Plus, apples contain powerful plant compounds called flavonoids, like quercetin, which fight inflammation and support a healthier heart. And here's a twist most people don't know. Apples help regulate blood sugar. Even though they're sweet, they have a low glycemic load, which means they won't send your blood sugar on a roller coaster. That's especially good news if you're managing insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes. Bonus tip, chewing apples actually helps your mouth produce more saliva, which can reduce your risk of cavities and gum issues, something many of us battle as we age. Red, green, yellow, it doesn't matter. Just one apple a day can seriously boost your health, from your gut to your gums. Now let's slide into the 2 spot. Pomegranate. Okay, hear us out. Pomegranates might not be your go-to snack right now, but they totally should be, especially if you care about your heart. As we age, our arteries naturally start to stiffen up. That leads to higher blood pressure, weaker circulation, and more work for your heart. But here's where pomegranate shines. This ruby red fruit is loaded with antioxidants, especially one called punicolagen. Sounds fancy, but it packs a serious punch. It can reduce oxidative stress in your arteries by over 30%. To put that in perspective, some studies have found that pomegranate juice can have 3 times the antioxidant power of red wine or green tea. That's pretty incredible. Why does that matter? Because oxidative stress builds up over time, slowly damaging your blood vessels. Pomegranate doesn't just slow that damage, it helps reverse it. It keeps your blood flowing better, supports your arteries, and takes a big load off your heart. Imagine your arteries like old pipes. Over time, they get stiff, narrow, and clogged, kind of like rust building up in aging plumbing. That's essentially what inflammation and oxidative stress do to your blood vessels as you get older. But here's the good news. Pomegranates are like a deep clean for your arteries. The powerful antioxidants in pomegranates, especially a compound called punicolagen, actually help improve blood flow and keep things running smoothly. And if you're dealing with high blood pressure, you'll want to lean in here. Studies show that drinking pomegranate juice can bring down systolic blood pressure by anywhere from 5% to 21%. That's a pretty big deal if you're trying to avoid stacking up more medications. But wait, it gets better. Pomegranate doesn't just help your heart, it gives your brain a boost. 2. In a UCLA study, older adults who drank pomegranate juice daily scored noticeably higher on verbal memory tests. And let's be honest, one of the scariest parts of aging is memory loss. So if there's a tasty way to support brain health, we're all in. Here's another little perk. Since pomegranate is usually consumed as juice or seeds, it's super friendly for anyone with dental concerns. No hard chewing necessary, and yet you still get a nice hit of antioxidants that can benefit your teeth and gums. 2. Now, you don't have to drink a whole glass every day. Even just half a cup of seeds or a splash of pure juice in your morning smoothie can give you serious health perks. Just make sure you're picking 100% pomegranate juice with no added sugars. And if you're on blood thinners, have a quick chat with your doctor first, just to be safe, since pomegranate can slightly interact with certain medications. Bottom line, pomegranates are more than just a tasty treat. They're like a mini fountain of youth for your heart, brain, and beyond. Now for the grand finale, #1, berries, nature's brain boosting, age fighting, powerhouse snack. Think blueberries, raspberries, blackberries. These little guys might look small, but their impact, massive. What makes berries such a standout for seniors? One word, anthocyanins. These are natural compounds that give berries their bold colors. And they are also some of the most potent antioxidants on the planet. They fight inflammation, boost communication between brain cells, and even help protect your memory. Get this, according to a study in the Annals of Neurology, seniors who ate just 2 servings of blueberries a week delayed their cognitive aging by up to 2.5 years. That's like having the brain of someone 2.5 years younger just from snacking on berries. And here's the science part that's kind of amazing. These antioxidants can actually cross the blood-brain barrier, which means they go straight to where they're needed and fight oxidative stress in the brain directly. But that's not all. Berries are low in sugar, high in fiber, and super versatile. Toss them in oatmeal, blend them into smoothies, or just eat them by the handful. They help manage blood sugar, reduce inflammation, and keep your mind sharp. What's not to love? But here's the kicker: blueberries don't just boost memory. These tiny fruits can actually improve your balance and coordination, which makes a huge difference when it comes to avoiding falls. And let's face it, falls are one of the leading causes of injury in older adults. So anything that helps you stay steady on your feet, total win. That's not all berries bring to the table. They're heart heroes. 2. Regularly munching on berries has been linked to lower blood pressure, more flexible arteries, and less inflammation. All of that adds up to a serious reduction in heart disease risk, which, by the way, is still the #1 cause of death for people over 65 in the US. Now, let's talk blood sugar. Berries are surprisingly helpful in keeping those levels steady after meals. Thanks to their combo of fiber and special plant compounds, they help prevent those sugar spikes that can be dangerous for folks managing prediabetes or type 2 diabetes. And with around 8 grams of fiber per cup, they're also a digestive system's best friend, supporting regularity without upsetting sensitive stomachs. Just 1 cup a day tossed into your yogurt, added to oatmeal, or blended into a smoothie can leave you feeling more energized, more focused, and even boost your mood. Just make sure you're picking fresh or frozen berries. Skip the dried ones, they often sneak in. Added sugars that cancel out the health perks. All right, we've covered the good stuff. Now it's time to flip the script and talk about the fruits. Seniors should avoid starting with one you might already have sitting in your fridge. 4 on the skip it list. Grapes. Yep, the sweet little snack you've probably been popping like candy. Now, don't get us wrong. Grapes have some good things going for them. They're refreshing, loaded with antioxidants, especially the red and black ones, and super easy to eat, too easy. In fact, here's the problem. Grapes are packed with natural sugars like glucose and fructose, but unlike fruits with more fiber, grapes have almost no fiber to slow that sugar down. That means when you eat them, the sugar rushes straight into your bloodstream fast. 1 cup of grapes, you're looking at about 23 grams of sugar. That's almost the same as a small candy bar. For seniors keeping a close eye on blood sugar, that can be a real issue. These sugar spikes don't just pass, they contribute to weight gain, trigger inflammation, and raise the risk of type 2 diabetes. And there's more. Grapes are also one of those fruits that often come with pesticide residue. Unless you buy organic, that's a bigger deal than you might think, especially for older adults with sensitive digestion or a weakened immune system. The skin of a grape is thin, easy to eat, but it doesn't offer the same nutritional punch as the peels of apples or pears, making the sugar hit feel a little less balanced. So while grapes might seem like an innocent snack, they can actually throw your system off more than you'd expect, especially if I'm not keeping track of how many you're munching on. So here's the bottom line on grapes. They may look innocent, but for seniors trying to manage blood sugar, weight, and energy levels, they can be more of a troublemaker than a treat. Now, let's move on to something that might surprise you even more. 3 on the fruits to avoid list. Dried fruit. Yep, those little chewy bites that seem healthy, but pack a sugary punch. Dried fruit feels like a smart snack, right? Easy to carry, tasty, even natural. But here's what most people don't realize. Once the water gets zapped out during processing, what's left is basically concentrated sugar in disguise. Take dried apricots, for example. Just a handful can have the same amount of sugar as several fresh ones, but without the water and fiber to fill you up, it's way too easy to overeat. That's bad news for seniors who are managing diabetes, prediabetes, or insulin resistance. A couple of bites can spike blood sugar fast, and if that happens repeatedly, it raises the risk of type 2 diabetes or makes current symptoms worse. And those sugar spikes, they don't just mess with your glucose, they fan the flames of inflammation throughout the body. That can worsen arthritis, speed up memory loss, and make your immune system less effective, all things seniors can't afford to ignore. But wait, there's more. Most dried fruits on grocery shelves are also treated with sulfites, which help keep the fruit looking bright and fresh. Sounds harmless, right? Not quite. Sulfites can cause pretty serious reactions, especially in folks with asthma or respiratory problems, a group that includes a lot of older adults. In fact, around 1 in 100 people have sulfite sensitivity, and that number jumps higher among seniors with conditions like COPD or age-related breathing changes. Bottom line, dried fruits might look like a smart snack, but for many seniors, they can do more harm than good, especially if inflammation or breathing issues are already a concern. 2. Green bananas. Yes, even bananas can be tricky if they're not ripe. Now, we're not throwing all bananas under the bus. Ripe bananas, the ones with a few brown spots are great for energy and nutrition, but the green, unripe ones, not so much, especially for older adults. Why? It all comes down to something called resistant starch. It's a type of starch your body can't easily digest. For younger people with strong digestion, that's not a huge deal. But for seniors whose digestive systems have naturally slowed down and may not produce as many enzymes, this resistant starch can cause a lot of uncomfortable symptoms. Think bloating, cramping, and gas. And if you already deal with IBS, diverticulitis, or inflammatory bowel issues, green bananas can really stir the pot. These conditions are more common as we age, and unripe bananas just add to the challenge. Here's another twist. Eating green bananas with a meal might actually block your body from absorbing nutrients from other foods. So not only do they cause tummy troubles, but they might also make your healthy meal less effective overall. Now, here's the thing for older adults who already struggle with nutrient absorption, whether it's due to medications, a reduced appetite, or simply how our bodies change with age. Green bananas can make things worse. Not only are they tough on digestion, but they don't bring much to the nutritional table either. That weird chalky taste you get when biting into an unripe banana. That comes from compounds called astringents. For some folks, those can irritate the lining of the gut, triggering inflammation, especially in people with sensitive digestive systems. And when it comes to antioxidants, the stuff in fruit that fights inflammation and helps protect your cells, green bananas are seriously lacking. Ripe bananas have way more antioxidant power, thanks to the natural ripening process. So if you're looking to eat fruit for its anti-aging or anti-inflammatory benefits, skip the green ones and wait for those brown spots to show up. All right, now let's talk about the #OneFruit. Seniors should be extremely cautious with grapefruit. Yeah, we know this might come as a shock. Grapefruit's long been seen as a health food, often linked to weight loss and better digestion. But here's the reality. Grapefruit can be seriously dangerous when paired with common prescription medications. What makes it risky? Grapefruit contains compounds called furanocoumarines, which interfere with a very important enzyme in your gut, CYP3A4. This enzyme helps your body break down and process medications. When grapefruit blocks that enzyme, it causes medication levels in your bloodstream to spike. Even if you took the exact dosage your doctor prescribed, In simple terms, it's like doubling or tripling your medication without meaning to, and yes, that can lead to intense side effects, even life-threatening ones, depending on the drug. What meds are we talking about? A long list. Some of the most commonly prescribed to older adults, including cholesterol meds like atorvastatin, Lipitor, lovastatin, simvastatin, blood pressure meds, especially calcium channel blockers like nifedipine, anti-anxiety medications like buspirone, anti-arrhythmia drugs like amiodarone, even antihistamines, immune suppressants, and some pain relievers. Here's the kicker: you don't need to eat a whole grapefruit to trigger this effect. Just half a fruit or a small glass of juice can interfere with your meds, and the effect can last up to 72 hours. So even spacing out your grapefruit and medication won't solve the problem. That's why if you're taking any prescription meds, especially long-term ones, you should always check with your doctor or pharmacist before including grapefruit in your diet. It's just not worth the risk. What seems like a harmless fruit could be quietly amplifying your meds in a dangerous way. So, quick recap before we wrap up. We broke down the top 4 fruits seniors should embrace: avocados, apples, pomegranates, and berries for their heart, brain, and blood sugar benefits. Then we covered the 4 fruits to watch out for: grapes, dried fruits, green bananas, and grapefruit, each with unique risks that could sneak up on you if you're not careful. So, let's bring it all together. Here's your go-to guide on which fruits to embrace and which ones to approach with caution as you age: avocados, apples, pomegranates, and berries. Total rock stars. These guys support your heart, brain, digestion, and energy levels. They're like nature's version of smart aging. But then we've got the sneaky ones: grapefruit, dried fruits, green bananas, and even grapes. They may look innocent, but they can mess with your blood sugar, stir up inflammation, or even worse, interact dangerously with your medications. And the scary part? Most people have no idea. You might think you're making a healthy choice, tossing a handful of grapes into your lunch or enjoying a banana straight from the counter. But behind that fresh and fruity moment could be a hidden trigger that leaves you feeling more sluggish, bloated, or worse without even realizing why. That's why being intentional with your fruit choices matters so much. Want a pro tip? Whenever you're eating fruit, try pairing it with a little healthy fat or protein, like a few almonds or a spoonful of Greek yogurt. It helps your body process the sugar more gradually and keeps energy levels steady. Now, let's hear from you. Did any of these surprise you? Were you casually snacking on grapes, thinking they were the perfect treat? Or maybe you felt a little off after eating a certain fruit and didn't know why. Drop your experience in the comments. We genuinely love hearing your stories and learning from one another. The more we share, the smarter we all get about staying healthy. And of course, thank you so much for watching. If this video gave you some helpful insights, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ring the notification bell so you never miss more health tips just like this. Stay sharp, stay strong, and remember, it's not just what you eat, it's how wisely you eat it.